Blitzing by Shammgod.
Smart play by Terry. He knew Shammgod was coming from behind, so he changed direction.
Brown's already back at the scorer's table, ready to check in on the next whistle. 15 on the shot clock.
Dickerson really coming to the ball well. Realizing Pointer's a new guy into the game, so he wants it in his hands.
5 seconds. Big defensive hold here by Providence. 4 seconds. Simon. And Providence is still in it.
A dangerous dribble.
Thomas pulls up to prevent the charge. And Shammgod reaches in. Bibby will shoot 2. 4 on Shammgod.
Give Thomas a lot of credit. He was weaving through traffic. He is just so tired. Now that young man was a center in high school. Played with Stephen Marbury. Was Thomas, but he put that ball on the floor trying to impersonate his former teammate.
That shot, had it dropped, would have brought it to 3. Bibby to shoot 2.
Now these fouls almost as big as the Kansas fouls. Lute Olson finding that nothing comes easy.
Think of all those free throws shot off the technicals. Arizona has attempted 14 more, make it 15 more free throws than Providence in this game.
Shammgod's got to put it on the floor, try to go right by again to draw that foul. Here he comes. And he gets it.
Oh, one player, Bibby, hit the floor trying to get the charge to end Shammgod's game for the day.
You almost wonder at this time, maybe they go boxing one on him to try to get some help, because he takes anybody that's guarding him one-on-one, just goes by. He showed this on Friday and doing it here as well.
Number 12, John Shammgod at the line. For the Friars, 2 shots.
6 of 6 today with 1:05 remaining.
Pete Gillen in trouble as far as timeouts, Jim. He doesn't have an opportunity to do anything in that regard, but he can foul and he can press the rest of the way.
Again, no timeouts for Providence. Down 6, and Brown could bring it to 4. He'll go to the line for 2.
And if you're Lute Olson, you'd almost rather him get the putback as opposed to the foul to keep the clock moving here.
Foul number 21, Dennis Davison. That's his 3rd personal.
Davison, number 3.
Brown and Thomas have not really had big days offensively, but they've been out there a long time, and they're both very tired.
Brown, who had 33 in the upset of Duke. This Providence team that took out the 2 seed in this region. Arizona ending the hopes for the 1 seed Kansas.
And we talked about his travels from East Coast to West Coast. He's the only player ever to have his number retired at City College LA JC.
Four-point game, minute 2 remaining. Those of you expecting to see 60 minutes coming up just a few minutes.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Dickerson pulls up.
Wow, that's not what you want to do. You want to use clock. Exactly. Fans sensing it.
Right. Misses the lane. Garces pulls it away. That should be goaltending, by the way. There is a foul call. That ball looked like it might have been over the cylinder. Hold on, will they call it goaltending?
I don't think so. The trail official didn't stay with that, Jim. You'll see it right here. Garces goes up, steals it. Davison's going to go up here. No, that was a good block.
Yep. Hit the front of the rim.
Yep.
It's still on the way up.
But you've got the clock stopped. You got Garces, who is not a good free throw shooter on the line.
24, Ruben Garces.
Just
shooting 41%.
He'll have 2. 47 seconds.
Why did Dickerson take the jumper, Jim?
Don't need it.
Nope.
It would only put him up 6, and it would still be a 2-possession game.
Certainly. Certainly. You've got to think arithmetic when you get down to one.
Wow, that one
brought rain.
Came back from the rafters. And a timeout called by Arizona. Our score, is the exact same score by which Arizona won on Friday night, knocking out Kansas. But here it's not over. We'll be right back. Final team headed to Indianapolis. One more free throw for Garces. Let's remember that Providence is out of timeouts. Arizona has one full remaining, and the arrow belongs to the Friars.
Jim, let's go back to those technical fouls. How big are they now?
Huge.
Not only the foul shots, but getting the ball back out of bounds to score again. You got to keep your composure when you play the game.
You see this wild adventure by Garces way in the air.
Good to be rebounded.
And comes away to Thomas. Garces again missed the lay-in. And last touch by Providence. They had two great tries inside.
I think Garces anticipated a little more body being put on him, and he put it up so hard. But boy, not by a lack of effort.
How many times has Garces today just ripped the rebound out of someone else's arms?
Bibby Simon get it back to Bibby. They're really reluctant to put the ball in Bibby's hands. That's where it needs to be.
26 seconds. Simon shot blocked. Why is he taking it?
Big mistake by Arizona. Put the ball in Bibby's hands and let him finish the game.
This could tie it. Yeah! Jamel Thomas. Oh, and a Providence steal. Shamgar has it. Providence can win the game. Shamgar.
Garces got fouled.
Off the fingertips of Arizona with 3.9 remaining. No timeouts to set up a play.
And Ludolf's going to take a time. But Jim, Arizona making a huge mistake on two shots. In addition to that, why not the ball in Bibby's hand?
We'll be right back. Timeout Birmingham. They were 3 down. Wright got the ball to Thomas, who stepped back, knocked down the 3. And then after another steal, the ball went out of bounds. They say last touch by Davison. So Providence ball, 3.9 remaining.
Jim, I got a question. Why would you call a timeout and give Providence, who didn't have any timeouts left, an opportunity to set up the last second play?
They go long. Wright, 5'8", can win it. Three-pointer wide of the mark. And overtime in Birmingham.
And at the end of regulation play, we go to overtime with a score tied. Arizona 85.
He'll battle for 5 more minutes for the final spot at the Final Four. Well, they got the timeout thanks to Arizona to set one up, and they ended up getting it to Wright for a 3. Is that what you want?
No, not at all. You're talking about a 21% shooter from the outside, from the three-point range. That is not the play that Providence wanted, and both teams have broken down here in terms of strategy. Arizona, by taking shots that they never should have taken. One in the part of Dickerson, one in the part of Simon and Terry as well.
Both teams winless in overtime games this season. Arizona 0-2, Providence 0-3, and what's really startling about Providence is 0-3. They were outscored in the overtime games 56-23. I mean, they've been blown out in those 3 overtime losses.
Remember that they do not have Crozier to put in the ball game. He's out of there.
They were 10 down with 3:38 remaining, 82-72, and without timeouts.
Well, Jim, you started the show talking about the slipper.
It's going to fit someone's foot. And Providence takes the lead in overtime on the putback by Brown.
This is a team that's not normally a good offensive rebounding team, but you can see now that they're packing it back in. Thomas, Brown, and Garces can really get up and hammer the boards. Bramlett's out of the game, so that hurts Arizona in that regard.
Bibby
Big mistake by Arizona not having the ball in his hands at the end of regulation.
If they lose this game, they'll still be answering questions next year about why they kept coming down and putting up shots with the lead in the last minute.
Nice pump fake.
Thomas. Simon had an arm in the face. Good defense. Wright saved it, but right to the arms of Bibby ahead, Terry. Arizona in front.
Now you see both Thomas and Brown and Garces walking down the floor. That's how tired they are. And Dickerson has been the man on Shammgod.
Shammgod 3. Garces again puts it back up and in. What a monster game he's having. 16 points, 17 rebounds. 89 all. 3 minutes to go in the overtime.